Namaste guys, so today we'll be talking about one of the most neglected topics. It is related to French language. It is a very general topic. It is not related to French language, frankly speaking. So it's like what to do on the day of the exam. All right, you guys can use this trick for your TcfTef, DELF exams. Okay, but do not use this trick if you are in school. All right, it is of no use, frankly speaking. If you are in school, uh, adopt the traditional method. So the trick is that do not talk to anyone. Let me tell you why. Guys, I was giving my DELF B1 level exam, and most of you guys must be knowing that all the time DELF exams are conducted on the in 1 week. In 1 week, for example, A1 Monday, A2 Tuesday, B1 Wednesday, and just like this. So I went to Alliance Française on Tuesday. So it was DELF A2 exam that day because libraries open after 1 p.m. after lunch. So I went there, and that day I observed one thing that there was one female student who was very nervous, and those who have already appeared for TcfTef and dental exams, your first exam is always like very crucial for you. You guys are very nervous even if it's even level. Okay, so the thing is that she was not from Alliance Française. She was not a student of Alliance Française. She was an outsider. So she went and she asked a question to one of the students of Alliance Française. And generally, students of Alliance Française are also nice. This is my personal experience. Well, because I was also a student of Alliance Française. But leave that part aside. Leave that part aside. So she said, she asked her some question, and then she said, अच्छा तुम्हें ये भी नहीं पता, oh you don't know these minor things also. And the lady who was the girl who was giving the advice, she herself was making mistakes in French language. So her body language, the other girl who went there to who approached the girl for some help, I remember her face. She was very nervous and all. So that day, since I was in B1 level and my seniors were also there with me. So one of my seniors said, she was a female. She said, "Come, do you have any question? We can help you. We are in B." She was in B2 level. My friend, my senior was in B2 level. So yeah, I have a problem in this thing. So she said, "Don't worry about this part. This is like nothing, and do whatever you feel like doing. Okay, do not worry about the test and all." So she took her number, and that's it. And after like 3 4 months, when the result came, this girl ended up getting 94 marks out of 100 in DELF A2 level. Okay, so guys, the thing is that once you start talking to people and during your exam, is that you know uh, somehow like there are people who are like toxic in nature. Like I'm now right now I'm like 29. Okay, so now with me the thing is that after a certain age these things doesn't affect you, but for someone who's like 25 26, I have seen like people getting affected by these minor things. So try to avoid having conversation with someone. All right, another thing is that whenever you go for the exam whenever you go for the exam, uh, reach reach your exam center a bit early. Okay, um, remain calm that day. Remain calm. Do not talk too much. Why? Because guys, this is what I have observed, that because I had the privilege of teaching school kids also. So the thing is that I have observed that students who keep their mouth shut on the day of exam, they perform better. They perform better than those who just speak sans means without stopping. All right, so that's it from my side. I think that was this would be helpful, because this is something I recommend to all my students who appear for their TcfTef exams, and especially Delta exams. In Delta exams, I make sure that they do not talk to anyone else. Like suppose if you reach the exam center with your friend, talk to your friend. That's totally perfect. That's totally perfect. I mean, like, do not talk to someone who can misguide you, because I have observed that students discussing like, acha, your examiner is this teacher, she is very polite, and then you become careless and you end up doing mistakes. Oh, your professor is this, so you become too nervous, and then that thing also impacts your performance. Okay, it is just an exam, so just go there and remain calm. That's it. Do not talk talk too much. uh, if possible, you know um, go alone. Yeah, if possible, go alone. Otherwise, what you can do is that, because see, if you will go with someone, then try to avoid any conversation regarding your exam. Okay, you can surely discuss tests and all, and structure, etc. If you feel like. Okay. Otherwise, what happens is that, suppose your first part is, I'm just saying, suppose your first part is production equity, and it is very good. For example, in my case, I was like 21 at that time when I appeared for my Dalcion exam. So what happened is that, my score in Dalcion production oral was 23.5. But then there was this stupid, so I would say stupid, because she was already 30, 31. And she said, Pankaj, you will going to fail this exam. So I was a kid back then. I personally feel that someone who's 21, it's like, they are like kids only. So I got affected, and the very first thing, after reaching to the examination hall, I had to face comprehension oral, and in that comprehension oral, I ended up getting 4 out of 25. So surely I lost the cut. But in my projection entry, score was like 22, 23, 22 or 23. Yeah, even teachers from Alliance Francaise, they called me and they said, "Look at your performance was good." Of course, when the result was declared. So do not worry about your comprehension oral. Just give the exam again. So what happens is that there are people. Do not think that someone is. I have seen, like, teachers. Suppose there are two candidates, A and B. B is a teacher of A. I have seen that in TcfTef exams, B will demotivate A. I have personally seen this thing. The most recent case was like, there's this wonderful girl. She approached me like 2 weeks back, 1 or 2 weeks back. So this happened to her. So try to avoid these kind of people. Try to avoid these kind of people for sure. Like once you reach like 29, 30, 31, you are 31 plus, you don't get affected, because I don't want to use that word. So okay, so stop this thing. Do not trust. Do not suppose. I know one case in which both the teacher and the student, both appeared for their respective exams. I do not want to name that exam, because otherwise the because both of them are my subscribers. Okay, and since I had you know good rapport with both of them, so both of them discussed with me, and the student told me that, so the thing is that I feel my teacher doesn't want me to succeed in this exam. I said, why? She said, I do not know, sir. So I said, how can you say this thing? So she said to me that, sir, I feel that, when we had conversation in between the exam, she said a few things which were very negative. Okay, so try to avoid negative people. Do not, if you feel that your teacher is negative, just stop talking to him on the day of exam, if possible. Okay, if you trust your teacher and your teacher is nice, talk to him. For example, what I used to do was, I used to simply talk to my teachers. I used to go there and I used to discuss, sir, I did these mistakes. So they used to like tell me, Pankaj, the probability is that you're going to get these many marks, and do not worry about marks, but that's totally fine. So yeah, that's it. I think that would be helpful for you. If you guys have any query or anything else, you guys can message me on my Telegram ID. Telegram ID is spontaneous punk, and my Gmail ID is tcftef9@gmail.com. And I'm starting a batch for even level even level TcfTef. Okay, so if you guys are interested, it will be starting from wait 1st June, 1st June. So it will be Friday. So 1st June 2020. Okay, so you guys can message me. Otherwise, if you have any query, you can just leave a comment and rest assured I'll make a video. Thank you. Namaste.